winter is coming.
Winter is coming.
It is getting cold here in Georgia. Last night it dropped into the high 30s. Tonight it's going to be in the low 30s. We have to make haste to harvest the crops before they freeze. So sugarcane, peanuts, peppers, squash, and whatever green tomatoes are left on the vine. Is that it?
Yeah.
Whatever else needs to be rescued before the cold comes and kills it all. All right, so Ryan, our plan of attack.
Did you say attack?
Not yet, calm down, not yet. Is we're going to cut the peppers off at the ground level and hang them up in the barn so that some of them will keep ripening, and harvest what's left of the squash, dig up the peanuts even though there might not be any peanuts under there because of the deer and goats getting to them. The sugarcane has to be cut at the base with your awesome axe. Why are you shrinking? Were you getting cut off?
You're scalping me. I saw it on the screen. She was scalping me.
Why did you just...
The top of my head was being scalped.
Okay. I can't see anything on the screen. I see bright sunlight behind me. That's it. Okay. Is that better?
That's
Am
fine.
I being scalped?
No.
Or cut off at the neck?
No, you're good.
Okay. So where did I end off at?
Attack!
No. Where did I cut your head off? Where did I cut your head off at? That I need to start talking again.
I don't remember.
All right. So we will get all of this taken care of so that we don't lose any of these summer crops to the cold that's coming tonight. You ready?
Yes.
All right, let's do this thing. All right, we could take some time here and pick each of the peppers off, but one of the really easy ways of getting this done. So one of the real easy ways to get it all done at once, if you don't have time to sit and pick peppers, is to just go ahead and cut the entire plant down. Now this pepper has multiple branches, so I've got multiple cuts I need to make, but you get the idea. Go ahead and cut them down, and then they can be brought into the house or the garage or a barn if you have a barn. And some of the unripe peppers will actually still ripen on the vine or the stem. Oh, I haven't got it all cut yet. Something's still caught. Make sure you get it all cut because they're tangled together like a united force. It's like a spider web of stems. All right, did I get them all? Mostly, all right. I am literally just gonna take this entire plant and pull it into the barn.
Why do you mean that?
All right. If you guys want to pick the yellow ones and put them in a bucket for me, that'd be awesome. But we can leave this here. The yellow ones can be harvested now. Some of these green ones, like especially this one, it's got a little yellow to it. It'll ripen here in the barn because the leaves will stay attached for a while. They won't wilt out for a couple of days. So this will be a good chance for extra peppers to develop still. All right, I took the squash that were good off of the plants, and I'm having Ryan harvest the entire plant all the way down to the ground. He's just gonna cut it at the base, well, or not if it just pulls out. And he's gonna bring that to the goats. Oh, I missed some squash on the end of that one. I'll cut that end off. See, all I did was I just cut it off right above where the squash is fruiting. And I got a cool little cluster of
November squash.
A cool little cluster of squash, even some squash blossoms. Maybe I can make Ryan have me some stuffed squash blossoms tonight. Dude, we could almost have squash casserole for Thanksgiving. Who ever thought that we were gonna have such a mild November? Look at all this squash we have. So those will be good. Even the leaves are edible, so I mean, technically we could eat that. Not my favorite thing though. Look at them run. Oh, good shot, Daddy. Awesome. Even Autumn's running down here. Good job, Autumn.
Did you say squash them?
That was squash them.
Squash them.
Good job, Autumn. Keeping up with the herd. You are doing so good.
You little herd animal.
She had a couple of days where she didn't seem like she was feeling full of energy, and I started with the red cell and vitamin B12 complex, not B12 but vitamin B complex, and what was the other thing? A drop of oregano oil just in case she had any infection setting in, and she gets that every night. I think it's the red cell though, don't you?
Probably.
I really do. So we have been spoiling her rotten and keeping her strong, and that is a good thing.
Nibbled on some oats too.
Oh yeah, that's right. She had oats and grain. Oh, look at her playing with her brothers. Y'all, this makes me so happy. She's actually out here being a baby goat. Oh, don't scare her, Harvest. Harvest is being a little rough with her. Yeah, I know. I know, but you'll get used to it. You'll get used to it. I know, you're gonna have fun. Yeah, you'll learn how to be a baby goat. No, I gotta walk away. I don't want you to touch that fence. I guess I can't let her see me when she's out here with the goats. I'm gonna go back to the garden. All right, one of the problems with sugarcane is that they get little aphids, which then attract the ants. And so you have to be kind of careful when you're harvesting not to get bit by all these fire ants. So I'm gonna have Ryan come in here and cut just in between the nodes. These roots coming out on the nodes is a sign that that's gonna regrow possibly. So we're gonna use these pieces as our next year's harvest, our next year's crop, I mean. So next year's crop will be this section here. I'll plant that back into the ground and regrow it. So I'm gonna leave these smaller pieces. They're not gonna do anything for us, but these big ones will be cut, and then we can break them up into smaller pieces so that we can use. The leaves will be stripped off and we can either eat it or plant it. All right, now Ryan, now you can attack.
Good?
Good job. Need to stop right here and note you should use gloves when ripping the leaves off, because they can actually cut you like a paper cut. So if you're worried about damaging your hands, you definitely want to wear gloves. Also, I'm getting bit by ants, so that would be another reason to wear gloves, but I think I left mine in the house, so I'm kind of lazy, and I'm rough with my hands when it comes to wearing gloves and not wearing gloves. I often just don't. So we're cutting some of the smaller ones that I would have maybe have left behind, but because we want to eat those and chew on them, let the kids chew on them and experience them. But I think most of this is going to be replanted, and we're just talking about how we're getting a lot more than we thought we were going to out of this crop. So it's pretty cool. Don't know what we could do with it without a sugarcane press, but maybe next year. All right, so I've gotten most of the leaves stripped off at the bottom. They had so many ants on them that I don't want to feed them to the goats. But I noticed that up at the top, they didn't have as many ants. So we're gonna come in here and cut with our pruners and see what the goats think of these tops. Your teeth. Enjoy, goats.
They're like noodles.
They like harvest day.
They're eating them like noodles.
And Autumn joined the herd again, even though she's crying at us, so we better go. Tom, why are you following me? You think you're so cool? You're just my little pet turkey these days, aren't you? Turned into the new Mrs. Duck. All right, Ryan says he's gonna take the risk of the ants and get all that green stuff to feed to the goats. He's braver than I wouldn't want to carry a bunch of fire ants. Hey Liam, how much do I love you?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, look what I found. Oh, I love you more than myself. Do you know how much I want to eat that?
No.
I want to eat it so bad, but I know you love your cherry tomatoes. Are you going to eat it?
Uh-huh.
Let me see. Is it yummy? Did you? Careful not to run and choke. Boys are playing on the playground, having fun while we garden. They helped a little bit. All right, we had to pull the creeping Charlie out of this area where the peanuts were so that we could see where the actual plants were. And it looks like those plants are probably not going to be big enough to have anything on them, but these, we have been seeing a few peanuts pop up, so we might actually have a couple of peanuts to replant for next year. And you found some more peppers. Awesome. And we have some peanuts. We do have some peanuts growing, guys. Yay! So these little tendrils here that look like they're coming down and going into the ground, these are the pieces that were blooms that then go into the ground and produce peanuts. So there should be a couple of peanuts on this one right at the point where they go in. So that one was just a little baby developing.
Okay, Rowan and Liam, you see these plants?
Yeah.
Every one of those has a peanut or 2 or 3. So I need your help.
Look at that. We don't even have to train him.
Off.
He knows what to do.
Yeah, Liam
is a smart boy. Good. Wow.
Yep.
You guys are strong. And then we can make a pile of the plants to give to the goats. Oh, that one had another one.
Right.
All right.
I want to pick that.
Yeah, you got to do all the peanuts. So grab one.
Yep.
And see if there's any peanuts on it. If there's not, make another pile.
That's okay. Peanuts are dirty.
Already dirty. Let's go.
But I need to wash them.
Nope, not until
we're
you're
done.
Dry.
Oh, he's on film crying
Oh.
about
dry.
Yep, I know. So get them worked. You got to work your hands. I know a lot of these little ones are not going to have any peanuts in them, but I'm going ahead and pulling them off anyway, just in case. I don't know how many of these are going to be eating and how many of these are going to be replanting. I need to look and see. I don't think I have a lot of these Amazon peanuts to replant. I didn't plant them all on purpose just in case we had a failed crop. So I know I have some, but definitely gonna wanna grow a lot more of these if they're the only peanuts that are gonna be anti-inflammatory for me. Not anti-inflammatory, but they're not gonna be inflammatory. So they'll be safe for me to eat. Pretty cool. I'm excited. First time ever growing peanuts.
There's not.
And I thought I did it too late, but we got enough to have a little bit of a success, even though we had deer and goats eating them all the time.
Okay, Rowan and Liam, you see these plants?
Yeah.
Every one of those has a peanut or 2 or 3. So I need your help.
Look at that. We don't even have to train him.
Off.
He knows what to do.
Yeah, Liam
What a smart boy. Good. Wow.
Yep.
You guys are strong. And then we can make a pile of the plants to give to the goats. Oh, that one had another one.
Right.
All right.
I want to pick that.
Yeah, you got to do all the peanuts. So grab one and see if there's any peanuts on it. If there's not, make another pile.
That's okay. Peanuts are dirty.
Already dirty. Let's go.
But I need to wash them.
Nope, not
When we're
until you're
done.
Dry.
Oh, he's on film crying
Oh,
about
Dry.
the. Yep, I know. So get them worked. You got to work your hands. I know a lot of these little ones are not going to have any peanuts in them, but I'm going ahead and pulling them off anyway, just in case. I don't know how many of these are going to be eating and how many of these are going to be replanting. I need to look and see. I don't think I have a lot of these Amazon peanuts to replant. I didn't plant them all on purpose just in case we had a failed crop. So I know I have some, but definitely gonna want to grow a lot more of these if they're the only peanuts that are going to be anti-inflammatory for me. Not anti-inflammatory, but they're not going to be inflammatory. So they'll be safe for me to eat. So we got a couple of peanuts. Do you think they know we're coming? Do you think they know we got something yummy? Look at these goats lined up with their cheeks full and their bellies full already, wanting more, more, more. All right, Daddy, give them those leftover peanuts. Happy goats today. Oh, hi, Autumn. Yeah. You're getting a lot of exercise and fresh air and sunshine, aren't you? Good girl. Just a fine sampling of squash, peppers, peanuts, and sugarcane for our last summer harvest. All right, I'm just gonna cut these sugarcane into sections to make it easier to carry and make them in a protected area for tonight, and we'll probably replant most of this sugarcane another day. Oh, hey buddy.
Hi.
You're cute. You want to say bye with us?
Yeah. Bye.
come sit on my lap. There.
Snotty nose, dirty
Bye.
boy.
Rowan's way up on the swing set.
That's okay. He's being cranky. He can stay over by the swing set. Well, it was fun, Ryan, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You got to use your axe.
That's
That always makes you happy.
That's a plus.
And we got a nice little harvest.
Yeah.
I'm pretty excited.
Me too. And Autumn was well behaved.
She had fun.
She's still out there, well behaved. So
It was
good
a good
for her.
day. The boys got to play in the mud.
Yep.
Yeah. Now you're gonna go take a big bath, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys for watching. Please.
See you next time on Wholesome Roots.
Yeah, what he said.
We'll see you next time on Wholesome Roots.
Bye.
Peace.
Peace out.
Peace out.
What you doing, Liam? Is it sweet? I mean, I know it's kind of fibrous, but does it taste good?
Yeah.
Like sugar?
Yeah.
That's sugar cane. You grew your own sugar.
Yeah.
Awesome. What are you doing with those peppers? You gonna bring them up to the house for me?
Yeah.
Thank you. Autumn is following us up to the house, and so is Tom. What do we do about that? We're gonna have to tell him no at the door.
Tom is
Good job, boys.
Photo. It can't.
Gonna have to get a leash for this goat. You can put the axe down.
But you said attack.